Well, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. They're finishing up the new path down here. That's perfect. Everything seems to be clearing up around here, except for my allergies. I don't know if you can tell about them. Well, I see my eyes were much more bloodshot red before, actually. That's one of the first things that one of my students commented on today. Yeah, because I've had one class right now, and this is actually in the middle of second period, because I have second and third period off now, followed up by choir, and then stuff from fourth, fifth, and sixth, at least for this week. So yeah, this is the best time in which to hope that that they've cleared up the roads around here, more so. But yeah, they've. Everything seems to be, being pushed away now. It's all spring cleaning mode across the city, and that includes, unfortunately, a bunch of trees and hedges and such, kicking up a bunch of dust and pollen, and thus the bloodshot eyes. So yeah, that hit me all at once before going to the school. According to Teacher 5, apparently. Consuming honey from the local area is the best way to go about solving that. And which sounds great on paper because I've got honey at home, but I don't know if it's from the local area because it's from the supermarket. So that could have been sourced from anywhere. Oh yeah, they actually have cleared up most of this area, which is fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I stay clear of things that are going on. I've not been down this path in such a long time. I've been waiting for this moment for such a long time. Now the path is clear, it feels sublime. Anyway, speaking of Spies Are Forever, actually, that's an announcement that I have for Sunday, actually, that I've been selected as a contestant for the Alpha Sisters musical singing battle. And by I've been selected, I mean I was one of the first people to respond, and that's why I got in the queue. There's no audition process for that. So yeah, and that's been an interesting back and forth. And I'm thinking right now, I'm probably going to do a Spies Are Forever song. I'm just trying to round down which one, because it's not as easy as one might expect. If you've never been to, if you've never been part of an Alpha Sisters singing battle, or you haven't witnessed them or watched them on streams or anything, how they work is that is that 6 contestants are split into teams of 3. So 2 teams of 3, and then they face off against each other, and I guess the teams end up winning. I usually end up showing up late to the streams, or streaming myself, I suppose. So it always depends. I should have crossed over, actually, because now I'm in the middle of the gas station. I like how it says tienda there, as in the shop, but in 2 different languages. Almost like shop is the name of the shop. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, so if you haven't been to any of those, so the teams, and then in order to make sure the streams aren't super long or super boring in their eyes, they actually limit the song time that one has to 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, it will be immediately apparent that most songs are 3 minutes and 30 seconds, let alone musical ones, which tend to go on for significantly longer, because, you know, that's when people get a little bit crazy and innovative, relatively speaking. So, yeah, not, I wasn't aware that was like a hard rule. I thought it was a case of, you know, back in the, you know, well, I say back in the autistic community, like even to this day, it's quite a common thing to have to push aside and shuffle aside to make sure a car can go by. No, it's quite a common thing when making music videos to stop after the first chorus, rather than go through until the end. And even then, a lot of people will just, you know, repeat the same footage for multiple choruses if they have them. So it ends up not being super interesting to watch anyway because of that. FAFSA being the prime offender of that in terms of musical numbers, because on top of that, they actually made the footage less watchable by overlaying a bunch of effects. So yeah. So aside from that, yeah, so I thought it was just a case of like, okay, well, I guess that's what everyone seems to be doing, and I haven't seen a full stream all the way through, not out of boredom, just out of the fact that I was usually late to them and forgot to go back and watch the rest of them. So there were a few things that struck me as far as the rules go, that it's going to be very interesting on Sunday, and that's being that, yeah, the any instrumentals that you want to use, the standard procedure is to send them to Jessie, and to have her basically lower the pitch of them, like warp them to some degree beyond recognition, and then I would have to guess, you know, just and people would either have to sing in a lower key to match with that, or they would have to what was I gonna say? Yeah, they would have to like sing in the regular key, but have it, you know, not sound as good, or, you know, that. And I would think that would have to count against them in public perception, because, you know, part of singing a song in a singing battle is how well you go with the music. If you choose them, a lot of people will just choose to go a cappella, and part of it is to avoid copyright, but the main reason for the 1 minute and 30 seconds thing was boredom. So the warped soundtrack is for copyright purposes, which I understand. I mean, you would think that inherently, for something music, you know, reliant, that would have been something that they couldn't really properly monetize anyway, but that's for them to you know, determine amongst themselves, I suppose. So yeah. Oh great, things are falling immediately around me. I'm gonna start sneezing a lot in a second. Yeah. Pollen's falling all around me. I'll be sneezing. That's not fun. 'Tis the season. Hay fever runs rampant. It's the springtime. I'm so done. Yeah. An example of singing down the octave, let's say. And that's one thing that I was hoping to avoid. When you said that the procedure is to lower the pitch specifically, I was like, well, this is gonna, this might be an issue. Because I mean, it's something that actually Bond particularly can vouch for this, but, you know, also other people that yeah, like I am usually quite reliant on like the key of the track to determine, you know, how to sing the song. It's very rare for me to disconnect the two of them and to sing in a different key compared to what the song what the song is, you know, currently playing. Which is interesting because, you know, for most people of my vocal range, that's something that is dealt with post-puberty through by virtue of singing down the octave, regardless. When you start like having to sing down to everything because you suddenly end up having no vocal range. But yeah, I mean, I guess after all those years of musical training, let's say, in quotes, that is very much a thing that I have sacrificed over that time. So if I want to sing something, below an octave, I will lower the music myself, which is what resulted in, the whole demented steam train addiction thing that I mentioned when that cover was in the works, which eventually, fortunately, ended up not being the final version we went with. Even if I had used the regular soundtrack, and that's very much a me thing, but it does mean that in terms of choosing the song, it's been a bit difficult because I'm doing a lot of I'm doing a lot of logical processing myself between different things. Like whenever I'm in any sort of talent competition, especially when I'm in part of a team or something, I'm always trying to think of like, okay, well, what's going to be something that's going to be entertaining for people, like also is going to be unique, but will show off my skills in some sort of convincing fashion. And yeah, in terms of in terms of musicals, once you can't use the full song, because usually the musical songs have a much more significant vocal journey. They tend to have key changes, they tend to have, tempo differences and, pauses, and also plenty of, acting through song. So, I mean, yeah, there's that, there's that aspect. And also, the same reason I didn't choose a song from Siren Story, because the ones that I've got right now, I think without context will probably not. I don't think will show off like the best vocal journey for me. Like there's some of the ones that I can do that are that are far more advanced and developed, and that's why Land of Spies Are Forever eventually, but just not on the song yet. If people remember that on Sunday during Gacha Review, one of the Alpha Sister subscribers contacted me through live chat and said, "Hey, do you want to be part of the musicals one?" I thought that was what was happening at the same time, which was actually the K-pop one. So it was my mistake a bit like when I said, "Oh well, this is I'm streaming right now. I can't just leave. That wouldn't be fair. This is my stream. I can't just like dip randomly. I didn't want to rush the actual review because that's not fair to the person who's the subject of the review. So yeah, I did miss the chaos that went down on the K-pop stream, because apparently a lot of people dropped out. It was a genre that was requested a bunch of times, and not one that the two hosting sisters were particularly invested in, let's say. So the fact that those people who were invested and did want it didn't show up, quite justifiably, rubbed them the wrong way. So that's why they've now disclosed on their server all the different the themes that they're going to do for the next 5 weeks, and then take a break. Which, now that they've mentioned that one of the themes is kid show intros, I wish I'd known that going in, because I might have considered that one. Especially because kid show intros most of the time have shortened versions that you can use, and you can deliver fully in 1.5 minutes. I don't want to ditch them now because, you know, we're just more of an issue, and they also said I need to choose a song by today. Again, another reason I'm now down the musical. They said, oh, just throw a dartboard. But yeah, here's the thing. I'm debating between different songs that, you know, one of them that one of them that is originally sung by one of the female characters that, you know, I can do in that register, but with the whole lower pitch thing, I'm going to naturally deviate to down the octave, and if I don't deviate to that, it's going to be look and sound significantly worse. There's also another one which again will be fantastic in my range. You know, one of the songs by one of the male characters. I'm not specifying which ones. I don't want to. I don't want to give away too much. You know, I want people to go and check out the stream once it actually happens. But yeah, like that's another one I'm debating. But the thing is that again, that's much longer. I would be able to, you know, edit the instrumental, at least like trim it down, even if I did end up sending it over to Jesse instead of remixing it myself. The question, of course, would be, you know, if I land on that song, the question is, where do I make the cut, basically? Do I do it at the beginning? Do I actually start somewhere relatively in the middle? Because, of course, you know, musical songs, I forgot to mention as well, another thing is they have a lot of pauses, which would affect the time. Unless you do it a cappella and you trim those out and make sure that you time yourself. And then there's another song that I'm probably going to I'm not going to do it. It was originally a duet. That one's pop. Now I don't think that's going to be an easy one to figure out. So for those reasons, oh, and a fourth one, another one that's done by one of the female characters. Same character actually, but yeah, another one that can't be trimmed down. There is one song that is actually 1 minute 33 seconds, which is what I think I'm going to land on now. But that's again if I, you know, down the octave and such. I guess my plan might be if I actually can make some sort of like a cappella track myself that would not get copyrighted. That'd be fantastic for like background ambiance. They also said that no one else is doing a cappella, so that's something that they might be interested in. But I'm thinking that if I'm in the position of someone voting, that you know, with nothing in the background of me specifically, depending on how warped the other soundtracks are, that might actually you know work against me. So again, I'm not sure. Unless I figured out what musical to do. I definitely want to do something that was Star Kid or Tin Can Bros related, or because everyone else I can vouch as I've seen the list has chosen ones from you know relatively famous stage musicals that you see in, like, you know, the big theatre places, you know, Broadways and West Ends and, you know, whatnot. And yeah, being my quest to do something different. It did seem that when I said the word Spice Up Forever that the sister I spoke to was named, I forgot which one it was now, didn't seem to be confused. So hey, you know, I guess maybe I've found another fellow TCB fan. But also Spice Up Forever is one that I wouldn't know about if it weren't for people on the Butter Bunch. So yeah, that's the thing on Sunday, and I think that's going to be at I think that was intended for, was it like 3 EST, if I recall correctly? Maybe that's not correct. If it's not correct, I'll make an amended statement at the bottom of this video, you know, in the description or the pinned comments. So look for that. But yeah, this is going to be a relatively stream light week for me in terms of the main channel. Even tonight, actually, if memory serves me correctly, tonight is going to be the next episode of Missions of Occulta on the Butter Bunch. So again, another thing that I would recommend tuning in for. It's going to be interesting because, again, it's going to start earlier because I also have an early start compared to Thursdays, where I'm just able to, you know, crash even if the sun has come up by the time that we finish. Not that that's intentional, but yeah, just how it happens. And does mean I'm going to have to get, you know, dinner at normal human hours as well to compensate for that, as well as make sure I've got everything set up. And Aiden has requested a lot of backgrounds this time, so it's going to be, he said we're going to be like in very short scenes, or we're going to have a very long session, which I'm hoping is not the case. Apparently Vin has helped him out for this one, and that we promised that the mystery aspect has been, like, you know, been vamped up. Because one thing, if people don't remember how you know, like, about Vin's DM style is that there's a lot of puzzle and mystery focus in addition to combat stuff, and we haven't had too many puzzles in the same sense that Vin used to do for us in Occulta just yet. So I guess now is the time, or I guess tonight is the night, potentially. Which is going to be interesting, because if it does involve, you know, actual ciphers and physical puzzle we need to solve, I'm going to be mostly useless for that, because if I'm focusing on the stream, I can't have that tab be open as well. Well, I can, but I'm not going to be able to divert my focus between them. So that's another thing to consider in my case. Means I'm going to have to get creative in terms of what Orchid is doing during that time, especially if we split the party up again, because we keep doing that. Aiden does say that's intentional on his part. It used to be like a fast, like, D&D rule to never split your party. And that's, oh, great. And that's partly because, you know, well, I mean, people are, I said for a while, are not actually doing stuff. I mean, even Ghosty mentioned, despite last episode being her favourite, that she was stimming in the background without being able to properly be stimulated in any sort of way. For, well, when we were doing other scenes. Yeah, finally I sneezed after so much time. Yeah. Yeah, that was something. So yeah, in regards to I forgot. I've lost train of thought now. After that sneeze, it's gone. It's all gone. Nope. I lost it now. Sorry, I'm trying to think about like construction moments. There's somebody who's parked in front of the zebra crossing. There was a dog in front of me earlier that was kept on like switching over. They're still blocking the path. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that Aiden decides to split the party a lot deliberately nowadays because that means that we get individual scenes and stuff that our characters could do and not just be like in the background. And there are some people who are like worried about their characters overshadowing others in particular moments, or just in general. There are 3 cars here somehow. I think one of them was trying to let me through. Yeah, one was letting me through. Okay. There's a dog that's not on a leash that I'm hoping is not going to... Oh, it's going out on the road. Yeah, sure, inconvenience the car. Why not? For once, a dog is on my side. Had to happen eventually. Yeah, so, so I don't know, basically. I'm really hoping that that's a factor that they've considered, that my focus is split away, because I can't even take notes in the sessions anyway, because that's also an extra thing that I have to do, like, later on. So that's my worry right now, but I mean, who knows? They're all excited about like what this means for the next part of the series. You know, we're trying to keep expanding, so I guess we'll have to see what the future awaits, you know? Okay, everyone seems to be... This is ridiculous. This is the same area I started in, and yet now all the noise is being made. This is unfortunate. Oh, it's down the path I came in. Perfect. I was going to take the path that I started on. But no, that's where the noise is originating from. All right. Yeah, other stuff for this week. The welding project that I hinted at last time. We started that. It's still underway because we're a little bit behind from their motivation, basically. Like we need to keep them into, you know, high gear, which will happen in my next class actually, after choir. Well, the first choir rehearsal, not the second one. And yeah, later, and what else? Oh, and we did the first Minecraft review in 5 months. And that was a refreshing experience, for sure. Like, yeah, I miss reviewing Minecraft shows on top of gacha ones. Yeah, it was kind of like missing something, I suppose, in terms of, you know, after 5 years later concluded. Well, then again, you know, that has also been 5 months because of the last one being, I think it was December, so yeah. I don't know. In any case, I'm going to try and avoid any construction sounds now. There's not much to say about those things other than the fact that they're like happening in the background. I don't want to go into too much detail because I think I should probably get back anyway. You've all heard enough from me and what's been going on. So yeah, stream light week because, you know, we're gonna have tonight's thing, and then obviously tomorrow with the Butter Bunch, and then on Sunday I might, because it starts early and finishes, you know, within very quickly, given how they like to churn out those times. Yeah, it's we'll see because yeah, but we'll see if I'm streaming on Sunday or not. I imagine that I will be because the times don't actually match up, but then again, I thought they did because of the person who messaged me or contacted me during my stream. I saw the message on the Discord server afterwards where they're like, hey, didn't Jacob want to take part? I'll contact him, was like, oh no, he's streaming right now. Oh, he's streaming right now, perfect! Rather than like, you know, do it later, basically. You know, they tried. And ultimately, yeah, I'm in. As Holly from Red Dwarf was saying, I'm in there. So, we'll see what happens. But for now, yeah, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell.